I have 48 hours to film and photograph a social media campaign for KT Tape all about pickleball. We're hoping to make these photos and videos fast, funny, and unforgettable.
Can I pull it off? I have 48 hours, and I'm a team of one. Let's go. To kick things off, I'm heading to Utah.
All right, I've made it to Salt Lake. I'm waiting to meet up with a good friend of mine who you may have seen on this channel. He's got a YouTube channel of his own. So of course you gotta sleep on his couch, grab some food, and hang out before we shoot tomorrow. I just crashed at Noah's house. Noah is heading to Squamish for 10 days. I am in Salt Lake for 2 days for the shoot. I have a gimbal, a drone. I have 3 cameras for the shoot, some photo specific, some video specific.
After a morning of hanging out, I need to start setting up because there's not a lot of time to make all of this happen. We promised to create content that was more than just product shots. It had to have soul, and it had to move people.
Whether I'm refining my shots or outthinking my opponents, I'm constantly growing.
Day 1, we hit the ground running with high energy photos. We are focused on creating 3 different types of photos. Photos that can be used on KT Tape's packaging, photos for thumbnails for social media, and photos that sold the active lifestyle that goes along with KT Tape.
All right, Ryan, you're gonna go first and we'll go. Give me shot by someone in this like.
I know this may look different than some of the other shoots you might see me do on this channel, but I think it's important to continue to push myself creatively outside the world of adventure sports.
Also fun to make friends with the other photographers that are out here too.
I believe that outdoor adventure is my passion and storytelling is my purpose.
Just after sunset, beautiful environment.
And creating these photos for KT Tape allowed me an opportunity to flex my storytelling in new ways. I wasn't making a documentary. I was making highly curated commercial assets, but that didn't mean I couldn't bring what I learned from the outdoor adventure world onto the pickleball court. For me, photography goes beyond thinking about the camera settings, since tweaking the exposure or focus is just a small part of what it takes to make a good photo.
During this shoot, I was thinking about aesthetics. While the outdoors may come with a certain vibe, I was trying to capture what I believe to be the culture of the pickleball court through my biased eyes.
One aspect of this shoot that was particularly challenging was the light.
Perfect.
We were limited on the times of day we could access the court, so we could only really shoot during the harsh light in the mountains of Utah.
And you're gonna jump over me, and the photo that ideally we could make is this.
As a solo filmmaker and photographer for this project, I did my best to use the harsh light to my advantage. For me, those creative limitations are what I love about photography. We are never given endless time and resources to create photos, but boundaries create art, and those boundaries can sometimes give us an opportunity to make something outside of what we would have dreamed of with perfect lighting.
Okay, let's do one, but this is like kind of similar to our jumping ones. Try just like longer feet. Like I think it's less that you guys are like walking this way, and more just like do like 2 big strides.
Then, right before the end of the day, we hopped back inside for some dramatic portraits of Alex and a few other product shots for KT Tape's website and social media. So something I find really interesting about these sorts of shoots is kind of like the lifestyle that goes along with just like flying to a different state for 2 days, filming and photographing something, like giving a brand a bunch of assets and then like flying back home. There's like, you know, if today was only like a 4 or 5 hour shoot, it wasn't crazy in terms of hours. Like I had the rest of the day to like hang with Noah, and now I'm just like backing up footage in a hotel room, like working out in the hotel gym, and yeah, kind of just like living a pretty, honestly, kind of lonely experience here. Thankfully, it's like 2 days and I can definitely just like be by myself in a hotel room for 2 nights. Like that's totally fine. But it's definitely something I think about with like longevity in this career. Like I think these sorts of experiences are best shared. And I think doing a lot of things just by myself might be like creatively fulfilling and financially viable. And I think it proves what I'm able to do at this stage in my career. Like I'm young and hungry and wanting to do the best that I possibly can. But I think like down the line, just if I had to be on the road all the time doing these shoots, I think it would be pretty lonely. But for now, it's honestly pretty fun. It's been a pretty busy couple months, so to have like a night in a hotel room where I can like watch a movie and not feel guilty about it because we're getting up and shooting all day tomorrow, like it's kind of nice to just like immerse myself in this mindset of like being here in Utah with the brand, capturing as many assets as possible. Like I'm gonna create a little bit more of a script for the video for the shoot tomorrow and kind of just backup footage tonight, listen to some music, and just kind of like veg out. I think this is a really fun experience to just like take the opportunity to dive full on into what this shoot is with KT Tape and not worry too much about like what other things are going on in life. It's kind of nice to just like go somewhere, go full on into creating as many pieces of art as possible, and then go back and balance life with the rest of it. There's a dance studio in this hotel gym. That's so sick. I think I might like dance for a second.
Brighter days is on the other side of pain. Can't be the same if you wanna see some change. Iced out chains got you acting kinda strange. Mine got corroded by the fortune and the fame.
All right, it is the start of day 2. Yesterday was photo-specific deliverables. Today is video-specific deliverables. So, kind of swapping out cameras and changing the approach a little bit from some more posed static shots to a little bit more story-based, movement-based shots. Yeah, it's honestly really fun to be able to do both on shoots like this. I'm very grateful to have the opportunity that they split up one day for photo and one day for video, because I think it ends up making a little bit more polished photos and more polished videos when you're able to separate it. That's my alarm to go. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a really fun day, and I'm looking forward to just like hanging out with the same people and going out and filming some pickleball. It's gonna be great. Yeah, you're gonna basically just like come through and like this latch is gonna be there and you're just gonna like undo the latch and like...
We had 2 primary goals for the video portion for this shoot. The first, create engaging social content. The second, create an athlete profile of professional pickleball player Alex Strong.
And then serve it whenever you're ready.
Alex was, and still is, one of the world's youngest professional pickleball players, becoming pro in 2021. Now, at just 20 years old, she's a seasoned pro on the court and in front of the camera.
Let's go!
That's awesome.
For this KT Tape campaign, we wanted to share her passion, her spirit, and a small part of her story while still making this engaging for social media.
It's more than a game. It's my life.
There's something about being on the court that just feels right. The fast pace, the strategy, the adrenaline. It's all part of why I fell in love with this game. It's more than winning. It's about testing my limits and growing every single day.
That's what excites me about this sport. There's always room to improve.
I've got big goals, but for now, I'm just focused on putting in the work and seeing where this journey takes me. For me, it's all about the journey. I'm Alex Strong, and I'm just getting started.
Watching Alex perform against these other accomplished players, I was blown away with how hard she could hit and how controlled she could be with a pickleball.
All right, that's a wrap on the inside portion of the day. Now we're gonna head outside, fly some drones, get some more lifestyle stuff, and call it a day. Yeah, so we kind of have like not very much left, you guys.
It's funny how we can start out being so focused on the shots we need to get, but then something happens where we get caught up in the energy, in the movement, in the moment. And suddenly it doesn't feel like I'm just capturing action. I'm capturing life. I'm holding up a mirror to someone's joy and passion. The emotion of what we feel when we're doing what we love. Although I'm not a professional pickleball player, maybe Alex and I aren't so different in this moment. She's doing what she loves, and so am I.